Hello. 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 Welcome. Sorry, I'll turn the reverb off. Hey, welcome to Pink Floyd, the only show where we watch every single movie ever made to see if it syncs up with Pink Floyd's seminal 1973 prog rock classic, The Dark Side of the Moon. My name is Gareth Blackler, and with me is my buddy, James Barron.
Hello. I'm in a cave.
Oh no, how'd you get in there?
No. Oh, mate, it's spooky in this cave. I'm getting scared. It's a spooky time out here in the podcast land.
Yeah, right.
I'm not going to explain how I got here. It's day 89 in the cave, all right? It's been long. I've been recording from the cave the whole time. And little listeners out there, they'll know.
Yeah.
They'll have picked up on the clues that I've been laying in previous episodes. Yeah. Anyway, it's real spooky out here, and it's good because we watched a spooky movie.
Oh yes.
This week, what did we watch?
We took a trip to the opposite of this podcast. We took a trip to a quiet place.
Very quiet.
So quiet, that place.
Oh, mate. Important to stay quiet because you're going to get attacked by extraterrestrial monsters.
Big old air faces.
Yeah, air faces.
Yeah, surely that's what the fans call them.
I don't know. I'd like to call them. They reminded me like of they make spooky clicking sounds like the enemies in A Last of Us. Last of Us, which is like they're called clickers in that game. So
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what they're called. They're very scary. They look like mini Cloverfield monsters.
Yeah.
As well.
Did you know this film was briefly the producers wanted it to be part of the Cloverfield universe?
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I did
but
not know
they
that.
pushed against that, and probably to their benefit.
I guess so. Yeah, it's a pretty like the monsters do look a fair bit like they look quite Cloverfield-y.
Yeah.
If you catch my meaning, but yeah.
Oh, I catch your meaning.
Yeah, no. I think that's fair enough. It's good. It stands on its own two weird legs, and I like that.
Yeah.
I respect this movie for that. Yeah, it's a spooky horror movie that we watched this week.
Yeah.
I
At
personally,
night.
yes, it's
at 6 p.m.
It's early night here. It's 8:15 p.m.
Oh yeah.
The spookiest of all times.
Right.
I'm not so good with horror movies, but I did really enjoy this movie.
That is good to hear. Because I did too, and I was worried. For some reason, I got a bit scared that you wouldn't enjoy it. Like, you'd be like, why aren't they living near the waterfall if they can be loud at the waterfall? Get out of here. And, even though I have no investment in this film, and I only saw it a week ago for the first time, I was still kind of like, not my friends. My friends, A Quiet Place. But I'm glad you liked it.
Nah, let me assuage those fears
Ooh.
by saying, I watched this movie clean and I enjoyed it, and then I did my Floyd watch just a few hours ago. Really good. Check the movie out is my recommendation to the listeners if you like a bit of a spooky time. And it's not without its problems. There are some minor plot holes, but that's fine. A lot of movies have those. But
Yeah.
It's good.
I'd hate to watch a movie without a plot hole.
Oh,
Like, who made
perfect
that?
film? Really?
Yeah, of course.
All right. I think I'd be fine with it. But yeah, it's really good. I super enjoyed it. Let's I reckon we'll just dive in, right?
Yeah.
Like, unless you want to, let's talk about. Are you good with horror movies typically? You like?
I was, and I feel like you were too. I was always I was a scared child. Like, I was too scared of like roller coaster rides. I'd go to theme parks and just watch my brother on them. I had nightmares upon nightmares from the Halloween cold open of an episode of the Drew Carey Show.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Too spooky, Drew.
there's an episode, the Drew Scary Show.
Whoa!
So there's an episode where like Drew goes to work, but then everyone turns out to be aliens, and he has to blast them. And I was allowed to stay up, maybe till 8:15. Or maybe 8:05, which meant I only got the scary part of that, and then it went into the opening credits, and I was just like,
Okay.
wait, what? Excuse me?
I'm done.
I'm going to bed on this?
Oh no.
Yeah.
The opening to the Drew Carey show, truly the nightmare of
Yeah.
modern day television. Oh my gosh. Oh. I can't believe Drew Carey started blasting. That's just so out of character.
There's probably like a huge Drew head or Carey head listening and just like, no, actually, Drew didn't blast. It was Ryan Stiles who blasted.
Yeah, Ryan typically, I could see him blasting
Yeah.
some fools, but
Mimi, was
less
it? Should
less
blast.
so Drew. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know that much about Drew Carey or his show, honestly. But
Oh.
we're gonna, yeah, I can put it together through some context clues.
You can rate who blasts, and that's what you need.
Yeah, rate who blasts. Who on this podcast would blast? You tell us, listeners.
Oh, I reckon you'd
Yeah.
blast.
Oh, thank you very much.
That's all right.
I'll take it.
But you
yeah.
weren't really a horror boy either, right?
No, I grew up avoiding horror movies at all costs. Basically, I was petrified of a TV ad for the Nutty Professor. I think I mentioned that earlier on a podcast. Yeah,
Was
I don't
it just
really
the
know.
ad that scared you?
Yeah, I've never seen the Nutty Professor. I'm just afraid of the concept of him.
Yeah.
I still don't really fully understand what he's about. One day we'll watch it on the pod,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'll be ready to face it. Much like Cars.
There'll be a scene
Yeah.
where it syncs up perfectly to there's someone in my head, but it's not me, and we'll be like, all right, you
Yeah.
want us back.
It'll be there. But yeah, I'm painting myself as like a real wuss here, and it's true. But yeah, didn't really watch many horror movies until about 15, 16, you know. But since then, have grown fairly fascinated with horror as a genre. There's some good horror movies and bad horror movies.
Oh, yeah.
I'm into the more psychological side. If a horror movie has something to say or
Yeah.
is doing something novel, I'm more into it. If it's just horrific violence for violence sake, then I'm less into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my take, and I would say that A Quiet Place falls into the good category here.
Heck yeah.
So yeah. Without further ado, let's dive on into checking out these sync
yes.
ups with the boys and the Floyd. You know. We're gonna see we're gonna put in our scientific work and research. All right.
We've talked a lot about feelings, but now let's put those aside and put on our
That's it.
white jackets,
Yep.
stethoscopes, and the books, and get scientific.
Books. Oh, okay. I had my stethoscope right up to my screen so that I could hear, so I could make sure that there's no sound coming out of the movie and that I'm only hearing Floyd.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, let's dive in. Movie starts on day 89 of their, I guess, attack from the aliens. Are they aliens or creatures?
I think they're aliens, and it's just because I've seen the trailer for A Quiet Place 2, which may be cheating for this project.
I haven't seen the trailer for that, but I have. Every time I've looked up A Quiet Place to get some facts on the movie, A Quiet Place 2 is the only thing that shows up, which is really annoying.
That's some strong marketing.
Yeah, it's like there's a sequel coming. Check it out. Yeah, so I know nothing about that. I read the byline of the sequel, which is it's not just the scary monsters that they have to deal with or something like that. It's not just the sound monsters that.
Oh wow.
There's another threat to this poor vulnerable family.
Like a sight monster, and you can't wear too loud a clothing.
Oh no!
Yeah.
My Hawaiian shirts.
That's actually just a real fashion monster. It's you notice the designers wear black, so you should too. And then attacks them.
Mate. It turns out Lady Gaga was behind it all. The original
course.
fashion monster. No.
Oh, no, little monsters that are attacking.
Exactly. Who knew? She was a
Yeah.
prophet. Anyway. We got to start this film for real. Yeah, there's
Okay.
there's empty streets. There's what is it? Speak to Me starting up. You know.
Yeah.
All the missing persons photos. You're getting groundwork for post-apocalypse kind of stuff.
Yeah, they
Really
do quite a
standard.
good job kind of scene painting it and letting
Yeah,
you know
they
without.
do.
Yeah.
Lots of good newspaper headlines and clippings and things everywhere as well, giving you a bit of background, which is nice.
Yeah.
It's a cheap and easy one, but it's good. It works.
The only downside is they don't really trust you, because then later you see a whiteboard with essentially, monsters have come. Sound. Weakness? None.
Yeah. It's a little bit beating you
Yeah.
over the head with it. If it was just like the newspaper clippings around, I reckon that would have been cleaner.
Heck yeah.
But I guess it has to be there for not only the audience but also for the kid to put everything together at the end. Spoilers.
Oh, dang. Hey,
Spooky
good film
spoilers.
watching.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, he laid all the breadcrumbs for her.
Yeah. All the
So
sand.
the sand. We're going to talk about that in a bit. But
Okay.
once they leave this supermarket where there's a little kid running around, scaring the shit out of me. This little kid. I don't know why having the sound off scared me more for this bit. Just seeing a kid jerkily running around, like no warning signs of no hearing him first.
Yeah.
That really scared me. Playing with the quiet place sounds is quite interesting here. Like having the sound off in this movie is a strange one because it plays such a heavy role in the storytelling.
So John Krasinski originally, I think the first 2 edits he did were completely silent,
Yeah.
which I suppose we'll get into more as we go on, but I think it was interesting because it made a lot of these films you feel like you're missing something without the sound. Like, I don't know what Vin Diesel's voice sounds like, which is a weird thing about me, is I can never remember what his voice sounds like.
He sounds like a granite slab, like hitting the ground. That's what he sounds like.
Just dink, dink, dink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a huge gravelly voice. It sounds like kind of Rocky-esque, I would say.
Yeah.
Without the like strange inflection that old. Oh, I keep calling him Rocky.
Rambo.
He's only Rocky now. Yeah, Rambo.
Yeah.
Rockyman.
Rambo, the actor who plays Rocky.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. They sound fairly similar. Stallone is his name. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the creepy running around. We're sorting out some medicine for this little kid. This doesn't really come back. It's sort of like they've got the daughter who's deaf, and then this little boy who is sick at the start of the film, and he's a timid little man like me and you.
Yeah.
And he struggles in this horrific world.
Yeah.
But they're sorting him out some medicine. I think he probably just has some like sickness or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it might just be a short-term thing.
Yeah. They're getting supplies anyway.
Yeah.
And there's a third little kid with them who's playing with a little rocket ship.
Yeah.
Little spaceship. Little what is it? Space shuttle.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah. Toy that he finds. Yeah, but he's not allowed to play with it because the battery's in it, you know.
Yeah, it's going to be too loud. And I noticed, like, he's playing with his rocket and we get the race towards an early grave lyric, and going in knowing he's a bit doomed.
Some foreshadowing here,
Yeah.
Pretty scary stuff.
Yeah, and we also get the clocks a little later when he makes the decision to take the batteries as well as his toy rocket. And it's such a clanging chime of doom.
It's the warning signs are going off, like, and warning the family, but they can't hear them. It's no good. So we've skipped ahead, but they're walking on the little sand that they lay everywhere. I guess this is to mask their footstep sounds, but they are wearing like bare feet.
Yeah.
But they like lay sand everywhere they go.
Yeah, I thought that was amazing. These perfectly laid tracks of sand.
Yeah, it's a
Still
cool
in the early
detail
days.
in the movie. But like, it must take so much bloody work. Holy shit. Lugging that sand everywhere they go. Jesus. It's only day 89 and they've made it all the way to the bloody supermarket. God damn.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive. Anyway, we're walking along. He's taking the deaf girl, the deaf sister.
Yeah.
She gives the toy back to the kid before they go, being like, it's fine, you can take it, but doesn't give him it with the batteries in, but the little kid takes the batteries.
Yeah.
Ooh. And they're about to cross the bridge back into their like domain, I guess, their little farm that they live on. And his toy goes off.
Yeah.
And everyone turns around and freezes. The deaf girl doesn't turn around because she doesn't hear it. It's like, oh, it's a really, really well shot scene
Oh my gosh.
in
Yeah.
this movie. It's so horrific. Like the mum puts her hands to her mouth. The dad's like running past to try and like stop this little 4-year-old boy from playing with a toy.
Yeah.
Oh, and
we sort of miss out on the terror that you get of the lights and sound going off because we've just got Pink Floyd rocking in with Time at this point. Right?
Yeah, Time is playing. He gets swiped as soon as the drums hit, like as the vocal comes in.
Yes.
Hit he gets attacked by one of the creatures.
Yeah.
It's just like bang on. That's the cleanest sync at the start of this movie, and I'm like, damn, that hits hard.
Yeah.
Holy shit. He gets killed, and then we get the title card for the movie here. This is such a sick cold open to a movie. I really enjoy this sequence. It's brutal and really good. It sets the stakes right away.
Absolutely. And I think it kind of throws off a lot of those unwritten rules of horror as well. That this little kid's not going to die. It'll be like one of their parents or something, or even the older kid. But then to get us right there.
Yeah.
And the feelings. Oh.
Gets you right in the gut.
Yeah.
Right at the start of the movie, yeah. Some rough stuff.
Rough stuff, folks.
Yeah. It cuts ahead. We get the time card saying day 472 here. So this is just under a year later, I would, if my maths is right.
Just over.
9 months later?
No, yeah. Sorry.
9 to 10 months later.
Yeah.
We get everyone's moved on. I get a little bit the sister's waking up in the field. I don't really know the significance of this. Just chilling and
unless she sleeps in the field.
Yeah, don't know what that's about. But we get some minor syncs here as the Time's guitar solos wailing on. Just some minor sync ups with the dad at his radio setup. Yeah, he's trying to contact different countries and getting nothing back. He's crossing off a list.
Yeah.
So you're seeing the devastation of these creatures have destroyed most of the world.
Yeah, you see the newspapers we talked about, and
the clippings.
Yeah. And how some countries have just been wiped out,
completely ransacked.
Yeah, he Morse codes an S. Oh, sorry, he Morse codes an S exactly when Pink Floyd's singing the S in "Sun is the Same." So that's
yeah. There you go.
Some said that's reaching, but I mean, what else is this show?
There's a lot of S in that sentence of
True.
the song. So
dang.
I'll allow it. Yeah. Notably, the sister. I guess neither of the kids are allowed down here.
Yeah.
Because in fear of them making noise, because this is their old house or something that has been they've painted on the ground where they're allowed to step. You see this a bit later, because of the creaky floorboards or whatever in the house. And in fear of them making noise, they aren't allowed to go down the stairs to the basement. It's only the mum and dad are allowed down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Important plot point to set up there.
Yeah, they really good on them for the amount of thought they've put into it.
Yeah,
and all the ways to be quiet. So
many really, really nice Chekhov's gun moments in this movie that are really well set up. It's it's some quality filmmaking, honestly. That I was pretty impressed by. So what have we got now? A kid catches sight of his dad in the rear view mirror of the truck. This is the son.
Yeah.
This is the tempo change in time happens when that happens.
Oh yeah.
Sees his dad in the rear view. Yeah.
Nice. It's slightly the kid then walks into the house and he's just slightly too late for the "when I come home" line in time.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He's exploring the little downstairs area where they keep all their preserves and stuff.
Gotta see those preserves.
So they've got like two houses, right? There's one house that is their old house where they all used to live as a regular family, and then like another house that they've set up or like built or something that they're all staying in more permanently. It's like more set up and more quiet. In there.
It's the quiet place.
That's the quiet place.
Hey, it's the quiet place.
There you go.
Emily is spinning a mobile to the sounds of the lovely piano intro to Great Gig in the Sky.
Yep.
And we get a long shot to prove she's pregnant.
Yeah, in case you didn't notice before, she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Implying, I guess, that they got pregnant like about a month after this kid died, which is a little upsetting. But, you know.
Yeah, I don't think anything about this Quiet Place world would make me horny.
No, absolutely not. It's a rough place to be raising a child, and there's a lot of problems that they're going to be facing that makes it really hard to prolong the human race or keep it going, you know. So as we'll see later on, she's like spinning this mobile above like a little baby drawer. I don't want to say coffin but it is pretty similar. It's got a lid on it and it's completely soundproofed.
Yeah. Apparently behind the scenes, everyone was felt really icky about putting the baby in that.
Oh, I would. Yeah. It's really stressful. He's got a little like oxygen mask so that he can breathe.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. They put that on.
Yeah.
So he'll be alright. But man, stressful putting a baby in an enclosed space. Yeah. You never do that. That's a rule.
Yeah, don't put baby in a corner or other exposed place.
Exactly.
Dirty dancing.
That's the dirty dancing rule. That's what we all learned from that movie. So we're going to cut now to the dad's on the roof of the like grain silo.
Yeah.
They've been hoarding all the grain. I guess they were farmers before the outbreak or whatever happened.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he's reminiscent about his dead child here. Yeah. He's got like a little keepsake box with photos. This is intercut with the setup for the baby here.
Yeah.
And Great Gig in the Sky is playing over this sequence. It's really nice. It's very heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
And Great Gig in the Sky is a great match here.
Yeah, there's some real, there's like even a slow zoom in him when he's pensive, which gave me a lot of Cubone or Billy from Purple Rain, vibes, which I was for.
I love that they're in the same category. Holy shit. Oh,
this is
so good.
Gonna, by episode 50, we're just gonna be speaking an entirely different language, made up entirely of references. We
already do that, Gareth, I think. This is sort of just playing into our own hand, this podcast. Eventually, we're going to have code for everything, and no one's going to be able to follow this podcast, so I'm ready for it.
Oh yeah, same.
Shout out to our
some
deep
sort of
fakers.
Rosetta Stone. What was that?
Yeah. Just quick shout out to our deep fakers.
Hey, yeah, shout out to them.
I'm not going to explain that and move on. So, yeah, they're prepping. The kids are also helping prep the baby room. They're like putting up wallpaper. It's so sad. It's really, really sweet. So yeah, the dad lights like a little beacon thing on top of the grain silo, and we see the beacons of Gondor go off. You know.
Yeah.
And I guess that's all the little the neighbors. So he's got like a little community of people that he's looking after, like not just his family. I think is what's implied by this.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure.
Because there's all the other fires are going off, so I guess there's other people out there. And later on, these fires do not come on, implying something completely different. So,
yeah. Oh dang.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Great Gig in the Sky is still going, and we've got the family dinner sequence. We're showing them in their quiet place how they're living. You know. I love them eating off these huge ass leaves
to avoid the dinging noises.
Yeah, obviously plates in silverware make too much noise.
Yeah,
so they're all eating off little leaves, and they say grace. They all hold hands.
Yeah,
it's a really tidy little family sequence that gets you invested. You know?
Yeah.
and then it's all destroyed because the kids are playing Monopoly, the world's worst game.
The one that throws families apart, yeah.
It does, yeah. It truly can, because they
Yeah.
knock over a lantern. I did like that the detail of all the pieces in Monopoly being replaced by little fuzzy things that wouldn't make noise.
Dang, you're good at watching movies.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, they've got little like pom-poms and stuff so that no noise is made by the clacking of the pieces.
Yes.
Which is nice.
Yeah. Money is
Must-
playing, and, you know, Monopoly's a game about money and capitalism, whereas Money is a song that wants to, like, set fire to
Yeah.
money and capitalism. And then in A Quiet
Oh.
Place, they start a fire next to
Boy,
Monopoly.
does that happen. Pink Floyd starts weave their influence into the movie and sets fire to the Monopoly board
Yeah.
by knocking over the lantern. In an act of true anti-establishment,
Oh, yes.
just fierceness, and I
But
love
like,
it.
and also in the way that they don't set fire to the Monopoly board, they set fire next to it. Is a lot like how it hasn't quite synced up any of it yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting scared of the monsters.
Oh yeah.
There's some scary noises, but it turns out it's just some bloody naughty raccoons.
Oh, they're so
on the
naughty.
roof. I'm amazed that these raccoons are alive.
Yeah, if they're making, because the raccoon does immediately get like eaten.
He does, yeah.
Yeah, which was something
they-
way less scary with Pink Floyd just jamming away.
Yep.
But yeah, if they're going to be that loud all the time,
Yeah. These noisy boys. I'm amazed they've made it this far. I did like seeing them though. I'm a big
Yeah.
fan of raccoons. I think it's mainly because the novelty, because we don't have them in New Zealand.
Yeah.
But I imagine if they were here, we'd hate them. So, because they're such a menace.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can
Causing
love a
mischief.
distant menace, can't you?
Yeah, you can. You're like, oh, those guys, they're up to no good. But then when they're causing a menace in your vicinity,
Yeah.
can't stand them.
They're making
This is
trouble
like-
in your neighborhood.
Yeah, I imagine I'd feel the same way about raccoons as I do about seagulls.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, just a bloody pest they are here in New Zealand.
Oh,
Ah, mate. Yeah. So, the dad's working. I by the way, I call all the characters by their like family identifiers. I
Yeah.
guess. So like dad, mum, son, daughter, and then
Baby.
littlest child who was killed, and then baby. Yeah.
yeah. That's fair.
Young.
I tried so hard to notice if they get called by any names this time around, and they do not, right?
No one gets their character name. No.
Yeah.
But they do have character names that appear in the credits, or like, and also in the subtitles when they're actually speaking.
Yeah.
Which is few and far between. So they do have character names, but you don't really see it very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was kind of for that. It gave it way more of a kind of like minimalist, like the road kind of vibe. Like
Yes.
he will be angry.
Yeah, I
Do you
think
forgive
it gives
her?
it that kind of vibe. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. It adds to the post-apocalypse
Oh yeah.
thing, because no one's name's being said, so you're never going to catch it as because it's like they've moved beyond the need for names at this point, because they only know each other, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Pretty bleak.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the dad's downstairs. He's working on a new hearing aid. He's like he's trying to get these hearing aids working, because his daughter's one is broken, obviously, by this point. And yeah, he's putting in heaps of research. He's got like all kinds of stuff strewn about, like studying how the ear works and all this stuff. This coming back at the end of the movie is really touching.
Oh yeah.
And really good. So it shows how much he like actually cares for his family, in case you like even more than he already does. Yeah, the mum and dad, they get up and do a sweet dance to some bloody great Floyd on the iPod.
They don't
Just
sync
doing
in
a-
time with. They don't dance in time with this Floyd at all.
They
My
don't.
note was okay. The slow
alright.
dance does not sync.
Yeah, it's true. It's a shame. Also, a really great part of this movie, like just having like a bit of actual music come in the movie,
Yeah.
and on the clean watch, I was like, whoa! It like really caught me off guard,
Yeah.
and in a great way. But yeah, doesn't land as well with a different soundtrack, but that's all right.
No, it almost answers the question that we've all been wondering of like, how did they get horny in the world of A Quiet Place?
Mate,
Like
when
she
this
must
song-
have had Pony by Genuine on her iPod as well.
Genuine on the pod.
Yeah.
On the speed dial, getting ready. Party pregnant. There you go.
No one gets that reference. Not even people who listen to the show.
No, but that's a reference just for you and me, mate.
Oh,
We're going to move on to
pregnant.
We're going to move on to day 473, which is the following day. In case you'd forgotten, like I had. I was like, I thought I was skipping it. Like when I saw this for the first time, I was like, oh shit, I should have been paying closer attention. If I skipped ahead, like how far ahead am I now? But yeah, it's only one day. It's fine. This is the following day. Us and Them begins as where she's checking her baby with the stethoscope, like I was checking the sound on my TV. Yeah, the due date's in just over, like, almost 3 weeks away.
Yeah, October 23. A number I'm frantically Googling to see if it has any relevance to Pink Floyd. Talk amongst yourselves. Oct 23, Pink Floyd.
I'll vamp, shall I? Yeah. So, this, like, planned outing of the dad, right?
Yeah.
He's going to be, he's taking the kid fishing. He's like, we've got to, like, teach him they're trying to teach them how to be self-sufficient and, like, look after themselves in this world because they're teaching them all sorts of stuff. But could this, like, travel not been done a bit later? I don't know. It being so close to the due date of the baby, I'd be so... I know this is a contrivance of, like, movies, like, them not going out would prevent all this stuff from happening, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it makes it so sketchy. Just because, like, the amount of stress in these people's lives, no doubt this baby is going to be premature. That's just how this goes, right? Like, I would be I'm no doctor, but that's, like, just a theory that I had going in. I was like, man, this baby, I saw the due date and I was like, that is not when this baby is coming.
Yeah. There's no doctor would recommend, hey, best birth scenario in the world of A Quiet Place.
Yeah, exactly. No doctor recommends that. Absolutely not. It appears at the bottom of the screen.
Not recommended by doctor.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 doctors do not recommend A Quiet Place to have a newborn. Have you found anything in your date search?
Pink Floyd played a concert at Earl's Court, London on October 23, 1994.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I have a bedtime thing on my phone that's not letting Setlist FM load, so... the unanswered questions of where the aliens came from in A Quiet Place, we'll leave whatever the set list was to the imagination of the audience.
October 23, 1994, shortly after my brother was born.
Ah.
Yeah, a couple of weeks after. So
Yeah.
There you go. In fact, like, what was the date that she was checking off on the calendar? If it was October, was it like probably like 6th or 7, I guess?
Yeah, I wish I had jotted that down. And I apologise to the listeners. I apologise to Emily Blunt for her great ticking and writing work.
No one's coming at you. It's totally fine. I shouldn't have asked. Anyway,
I don't want us to lose our one fan over this.
Oh, well.
We're on thin ice with him anyway.
That's true. Yeah, much like that, I want to make another reference. Much like that orange Ferrari was on some thin ice.
Hey.
Years ago. In the ancient times, before I lived in a cave. Yeah, so we're getting lots of anger from the daughter here.
Yeah.
As the dad gives her the latest hearing aid prototype. Really good character work here, I just thought. She's like rowdy teenager, obviously, but also like, quick note, everyone is feeling the guilt from the littlest brother's death, I want to say.
Absolutely.
And, like, even now, like, the shadow's, like, hanging over the family, right?
Yeah.
So, like, the daughter, like, blames herself massively, and this comes up later, like, for giving him back the space shuttle, because she feels like she killed him.
Yeah.
The mother feels like, later on, she says that she could have carried him, which is, like, classic mother stuff. Harrowing when she says that. Yeah, the dad, like, obviously, like, wants to look after the whole family, and he raced after and couldn't get to the kid in time.
Yeah.
And, like, the little brother, the brother to the little brother is, he was useless. He was, like, sick at the time, so he couldn't help at all, you know? So they're all feeling the guilt.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is just it's a really tidy character arc here. Just, like, everyone is feeling it, and it's still having effects now, which is really cool.
And
good storytelling.
It's probably the weird time to bring it up, but like So John Krasinski's the father is like he's sitting there, he's like looking at these old photos before he starts his fire to Great Gig in the Sky. So we get this like we know that it's still weighing on him. And then the second time we get Great Gig in the Sky is when Emily Blunt talks about how she could have carried him.
Oh man.
And we get that. So we do get one of our rare like cross-generational syncs.
Yeah.
If every album run is a generation in this metaphor.
Double playthrough sync. Yeah.
Thank you, yeah.
Yeah, I'm into that.
Yeah, which I feel like we haven't had a good one of those since The Room even.
Yeah, there are a few of those in Moon, I want to say, as well.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
and I think in Fast and Furious Labyrinth, you've got Mail and Pokemon the first movie as well. But, you know, other than that, none.
Other than those 6 films, it's never happened before.
No.
So, yeah, so she's very angry about it. Like, the hearing aids don't work. They never work. But he's just trying to help. And she just, like, thinks that her father hates her, basically.
Yeah.
And, like, blames her for the death of the kid as well, which is really awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... Yes, and then we're, like... I just want to also say that it's sort of interesting that they're reverting back to, like, old gender roles here as well. Like, and that the ladies are staying behind. Well, like, obviously the mum's staying behind because she's heavily pregnant. But, like, the daughter really wants to go on this trip and the little boy doesn't want to go. But, for whatever reason, John Krasinski, the dad, is just like, nope, this is how it is. You got to stay behind and help your mum. And the little boy's coming with me to learn about some stuff.
And it's interesting because, like, had it been the other way around, it wouldn't have... Plot-wise, it wouldn't have made any difference, so...
True.
It's weird it is old gender roles, but at least it's not saying, like, and that's the right way.
Yeah, no. He even says, like, I'll take her next time. So,
Yeah.
like, he knows that, like, it's upsetting her and he, like, wants to do the same thing with her. But for whatever reason, it's set up that the little boy is going to go this time.
Yeah.
And that's fine. It's right. It's just, I thought I'd bring that up, just that I thought it was interesting that they reverted back to these old gender roles when it's been, like, the, like, apocalypse is taken over, so they've fallen into, like, old habits, I suppose. But,
yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah. So, later on, yeah, she checks the hearing aid, the little daughter checks her hearing aid and it doesn't work and she gets really frustrated and then she's like, she runs away from home. She puts something in her bag that we don't know what it is and like grabs her little pliers that were given to her at the start of the movie and then runs away.
Yeah, and she does it too. So she's lonely and she's denied, and it's when Pink Floyd sing With Without and Who Denied.
Yeah. Oh.
And then when she picks up the hearing aid, it's what the fighting's all about, because that's what the fighting was all about.
Yeah, mate. Bloody sound, isn't it?
Bloody sound.
They knew all along.
Yeah.
So yeah, my next note just says fishing boys.
That's all we need. All right, move on to the next note.
They're out there fishing. I guess Any Colour You Like is playing here.
Yeah.
And they're worried about the sound of the river. Now, you mentioned that, like, one of the plot holes you said was, like, the monsters being, like, wouldn't they all be hanging out at the river if there was sound, right? That's what you said.
This is something someone repeated to me before I'd seen the film.
Okay.
It was just like, well, why aren't they living at the river if they can be louder?
Surely they can be, like, they would just hear the people would be living at the river if they could be louder. I don't know. Maybe it's because they had their, like, home existing.
Yeah, you can't quite
like somewhere else.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Also, the like monsters probably didn't hang out there because they like wouldn't be able to hear any sound, but also because they would be able to differentiate the sound there. They'd be like, oh, that's the noisy place, so we won't even bother going there, I guess. But
yeah.
They wouldn't build there because it'd be too noisy. It'd be too dangerous.
You can't quietly build a house.
No. So yeah, there you go. They catch the fish. There's a really nice moment with the boy like yelling into the waterfall.
Yeah.
Because he's like allowed to make sounds for the first time in ages. And,
he's slightly too slow to sync up with the choirs at the waterfall, or the choirs in that part as well.
I was hoping he would sing along.
He's kind of,
unfortunately not.
All of his syncs have been slightly too slow, as if to show that he's, a sickly, scared child.
Yeah.
If he was a little braver, he'd get into those syncs.
Yeah.
Yeah?
There you go. Yeah. Pink Floyd knew. They read his character perfectly.
Mm.
And now I want to talk about. This is where the nail gets pulled up by the washing bag, I guess. This is harrowing. This is the most horrible part of this whole movie to me.
Yeah.
The whole thing with the nail. It's very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
and hard to watch.
Yeah.
I've got a massive fear of blood in real life. If I see blood in real life, I'm one of those people that will faint. So
Okay. Don't open the squishy package I've just sent you then.
okay. In general, though, I'm fine with it in movies usually,
good.
but it does make me feel like very. I'm not gonna like pass out watching a movie, but I am like very squeamish in general, so it's
Yeah.
very uncomfortable for me. Later on, when this nail comes up, yeah. Again, this is another great example of this awesome like Chekhov's gun.
Yeah.
thing there. They like show it out, they lay it out for you, be like, this is gonna be a thing.
They do, they linger on it a little longer than some of their other Chekhov's guns, but because it's so unsettling that the nail would be sticking up and unnoticed, I was like, yep, please just, I'm scared.
It made me cringe at the sight of it because I knew it's like the implication alone is enough to scare you.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, fuck, okay, this is gonna happen at some point, and now that's like hanging over the movie. Yeah. So yeah, this sequence happens right as brain damage starts as well. Yeah, the like her coming up the stairs, etc. Yeah. So there's like a little candid conversation between the little boy and his dad.
Yeah, the first like spoken dialogue in the film, right?
Pretty much, I think. Yeah, actually, I think it is. Yeah. Where it's a really sad conversation. Like the kid is really onto it. He's like talking about how the sister blames herself for the death of the kid and thinks that the dad blames her. He's like lying about. And he says like, you should tell her that you love her, which is like super insightful for this little kid.
Yeah.
Really cool dialogue, and this is intercut with the sister returning to the grave or the memorial site to where the littlest brother was killed, and she like disconnects the little sound circuit using her pliers on the space shuttle and puts it up on the memorial, which is so sad.
So sad.
She's like completing the loop of like she's like, what if I could have done this? You know?
Yeah.
I had the pliers in my hand. I could have done this. This is her being like, her like doing what she wanted to have done a year earlier, right? It's rough and great. Like, that's so cool to see in a movie.
Yeah.
But, man.
Did you find it sadder with Pink Floyd or without?
With, honestly, Eclipse plays
okay.
over the sequence, like, and I like rounding out the first play of the album, and I was like, man, like, this is a great thing to end on because it like sums up like her arc of like, this is her lowest point, right? So yeah, she like lies down here and stays at this memorial until later.
Yeah,
it's really bleak.
Yeah.
Now this is one of the bits of the movie that I didn't like. We got a weird bit with the old man and his dead wife. Do you remember this?
Oh yes. So this is like essentially the loudest part of the movie because they run into this old man. He's got his wife's been clearly, possibly killed by the monsters or by this old man himself.
It's not clear, right? Because the house that they show up at is like all fucked up. I guess it's maybe the monsters attacked and this is them like they've escaped outside, or like the wife didn't make it and the old man's like, I don't know. It's not clear. Anyway.
But so this is, the loudest part of the movie. It's really messed up. It like in any film, it would be like big and dramatic sweeps. This is the only time when the album is completely silent is when the movie needs loud, and it's like literally the only part that the album would have been perfect to cover, especially all the screams on the album or something like that. But instead, no. So, James, I think this is our first ever confirmed anti-sync.
Whoa, yes.
They said it couldn't be done. They said it wouldn't happen, but seeing this man, like, yell in complete silence, no accompaniment, over a film that is otherwise complete silent but is accompanied, I don't know what this will do to our end rating, because it's so perfect that it should go up, but it's so against the whole point of the show.
Well, no, it is. Like, listen, I'm going to justify this. The point of our show, right, is Pink Floyd. We're trying to find the syncs, and we're looking for. We're not really we are looking for things syncing up with different points in the album, right? But what we're really looking for is intentionality, right? We're looking for things that imply that either the filmmaker or Pink Floyd themselves, less likely, are syncing up they're designing the piece of work to match the other piece of work, right? We're looking for intentionality. We're looking for, and this feels intentional. Like we're like looking at it's stark contrast, right? The movie's is yelling out and screaming, but we're getting nothing. We're getting absolute silence, right? And if that isn't intentional, I don't know what is. All right.
All right.
That's where I'm at.
So are you saying this is still an anti-sync, or are you putting it back into the sync
I'm
pile?
saying it's an anti-sync, but I'm saying that it's bolstering my rating of the movie. I think it's not detracting. I'm saying it's adding.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
And I suppose that silence, like, if we've come to expect Pink Floyd to play, well, the characters, because most of this time, the characters have been in control of their situation, barring, like, a small bit. This is the first time they're in a situation where they're completely out of control because they've got this agent of chaos.
Yeah. He just
and then
yells
this
out.
is when we don't have our Floyd, our, like, soundtrack to their lives thus far. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Folks, anti-sync is a sync? What? What is the show?
What? What does it mean? You tell us, listeners.
Yeah.
Use
your Rosetta Stone and translate the show.
Yeah. One thing I'd like to add to this little bit is when we're getting back into the second play of the album now, right? With the opener starting up again, we get the heartbeats, and on screen, my subtitles said "loud heartbeats" over the heartbeats starting up.
Oh yeah.
Which I loved.
Yeah.
I was just like, holy shit, because it's like the little kid's heart is like racing as he's not allowed to see what's happening to this old man.
Man, your stethoscope would have been going wild for this.
Oh, it was crazy. I don't know enough about stethoscopes to continue this bit.
You're like, oh no, do I have this on a human body or a computer? Hey.
Oh, mate.
You know how doctors always say, hey.
The doctors are known for that. Mostly Dr. Nick, but yeah, other doctors are available. Whew, there you go. What a climax of the movie, you know?
Yeah.
It's a strange thing to have happened in the movie. I guess he was like checking up on the neighbors. It's just like going around the different community people after getting this fish. Or maybe it's like distributing the food that they got.
I'm hoping it's that.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
But I love these moments in like, in these like post-apocalyptic kind of horror movies where the people are the enemies. There's like, it's the best scene in that book, The Road, which I've already talked about, was when they go into this house and it's just like, oh no, we should not have come into this house. And they leave. And it's really similar to this. They leave and it's just not addressed again. It's just like, that was messed all the way up.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a classic trope of zombie films as well.
Yeah.
And that like people are also like still enemies. And a lot of the time in zombie apocalypse films. Things like The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. That plays a big role in that.
You know, if you ask me, The Walking Dead are the people in it.
Whoa!
Oh.
Wow! Hot takes here on the pod. Yeah. Yes. So now we get the fucking the baby is coming.
Yeah.
All right. Mum's upstairs, like looking at she's like in her dead child's room.
Yeah.
And she's like, all right, time to go back. And then her water breaks, and it's like, oh,
as soon as the guitars kick in.
Yep. Oh no, it's not good. This is not the time for this to have happened. It's all gonna go wrong from here on in this movie. Yes. This is where she's like coming downstairs. She's like, oh shit, I need to get somewhere safe. So this is where she stands on the nail.
Yeah.
And I openly cringe.
Yeah.
Holy crap, this is rough.
Amazing acting though, that she just like, after yelping, she kind of lowers down, just like.
Yep. She's holding everything in, right? She's
Yeah.
like desperately trying to not scream out while having a child and having a nail go through your foot. Christ.
Oh.
Yeah, breathe over the sequence is not very good.
No.
Just want to throw that out there. Yeah, she's like she doesn't even want to bloody breathe. You know, she's it's no good. The creatures are upstairs and they come down. One of the creatures comes down and she's hiding. Oh, it's scary. On the run's starting up.
On the Run syncs so nicely this whole sequence. Something
It
about
does.
like that driving kind of like, I know it was 70s but 80s bass line, the like fake light but lighting everything red and dramatic. Like if
Yes,
this
she,
was a
like-
different film, this would be playing.
Yes, she flicks on the old security light thing.
Yeah.
They've got like Christmas lights all run along the boundary of their property to tell you when there's danger or for other messages, presumably.
There's going to be a whole generation to whom Christmas lights have a different meaning now after this, and like Stranger Things, and all the other times they've been scary.
Yeah.
Like they're going to become, they could easily start selling them as Halloween lights now.
Halloween lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much could be. Yeah, it's
Which
like
is
how
a whole lucrative third market for them. Sorry.
it's like how kids don't recognize things like the save icon and things like that. They're like, what? They're like, oh, what is that? And you're like, that's the save icon, you know.
Yeah.
It's not a floppy disk. Get out of here, Granddad.
You know, the reason is, so Bill Gates had a floppy disk in his pocket and he got shot and the floppy disk took the bullet, so ever since then, because it saved him.
Wow.
You can
there
fact
go.
check your days out of that, but you know, the mainstream media won't tell you what the mainstream
They
media
won't
won't
tell you what Gates is up to. He's got
No.
too much money. He's suppressing the media.
What are you going to look that up on, a computer? Bill's got all of those under his thumb.
Mate, he's big computer.
Yeah.
He's out there. Yeah. Anyway,
The screech and wobble on the run as we get to finally see the aliens like inner ear working is very nice.
Oh yes. All the sounds of the aliens are appearing on screen in captions for me at this point.
yeah.
And they're hissing, clacking, growling, and screeching, which is how I would describe On the Run.
Yeah.
Also,
Those
so,
are the lyrics on Genius.
yeah, they should be. I really want them to be, and then it's just like someone from Pink Floyd like coming in to explain the lyrics.
Yeah. I mean, Google it, but I mean, if you're not going to get those results on Genius, you know who to
Come on.
blame. Bill
Come on,
Gates.
Genius, step it up. Bill Gates is behind blocking Genius as
Yeah.
well. All right, there you go.
You know, we called
Yeah.
him a genius. Now look.
So we've got the ticking sounds of clocks. Fucking, I did it again. Of time starting up. The clocks in time are starting
Yeah.
up, and the ticking of the timer as well. The egg timer.
Yeah, very
which
nice.
is, Emily Blunt's going to use to distract the creature and get away.
Yeah.
It's very scary. She's like holding in like contractions, basically. Yeah. It's some great like classic horror movie vibes here.
Yeah.
Like she's like desperately trying not to make a noise, and yeah, she goes up and hides in a bathtub, which is some classic horror movie shit.
Yeah.
Really, really great shot here. Of,
Heck yeah.
Like her legs coming into frame, and then the like blood coming into frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like panning up to her in the bath. Really, really good. Not for her, but a great shot.
Yeah.
Yes. So the boys return home, and they're like running to. The son goes to set the fireworks off, and he only bloody does it just in time.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
I
All
would
the
have loved if
clocks.
those synced up perfectly with the clocks, but you know, what are you going to do?
No. Luckily, all the clocks go off as as she's in the bath trying to keep quiet, and that's what's alerted the monsters. All these bloody clocks going off.
Ah, this bloody clocks, eh?
Mate, yeah. It's also nighttime at this point, and I want to talk about all the lights flicker, which is another like classic horror movie thing.
Yeah.
But is this like an influence of the monsters themselves? Do they have like a light electromagnetic field around them or something like that? Because that's why I would assume the feedback starts up on the earpiece. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's whenever the monsters get close to the daughter, they get turned away by the feedback that starts up.
Yeah.
And also when the monster is downstairs later on in the room with all the TVs and the radios, all the TVs cut to static as well.
Oh, dang. Yeah, it must
so
be, because probably someone who knows science better than us would be able to
Yeah, so
explain
yeah,
how that works. But yeah.
all the lights flicker when the monsters are around, and also like the torch light flickers on the little kid's torch. I think it must be they have some kind of electromagnetic thing going on
Yeah.
that's setting off this. Yeah, that's just like a further reading thing that I want noted in this movie. It's a really cool detail.
Yeah.
That like
Man,
is
you're really going for your
foreshadowed.
NCEA on this movie.
Yeah, man. I've got a book report here. My notes are like probably could earn me a few credits.
Oh,
this
yeah.
time around.
Sorry, international listeners.
Yeah, I get like an overall comment from the NCAA marker being like, weird choice to watch the movie while listening to Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, but boy, was this an essay.
Great
Mate,
essay, 28-year-old man who finished high school.
merit. Lucky you.
Yeah.
Mate. For context of anyone else in any country, that's probably like a B.
Yeah.
So, okay. Having to explain a joke, always good. Always goes down well.
So Bill Gates, right? He doesn't actually control the internet, but imagine
What?
if he did.
What? All right.
Sorry, James, I didn't say anything. I think the microphone just spoke to you. Oh no, Microsoft.
It's like Pepe Sylvia, like pins and boards in Gareth's house. It just that spells out Bill Gates. Yeah, mate. So yeah, all the clocks are going off. The fireworks go off, and Mum screams, and the creature screams, and you're like left not knowing what's going on. It's like, oh shit, is she safe? The dad is running with the shotgun that he's loaded, and he's like gunning for the house.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna fucking save my wife. that's dad internal monologue right there. Yeah. He's like, he gets in, he sees the bath full of blood, which is empty.
Oh yeah,
Like,
so scary.
And yeah, really good framing here of him, like with the shotgun to like not to his head, but he's like angled it upwards and like framed in his like head, and the shotgun is the hand revealing the wife has crawled to safety, is in the shower, and also has had the baby. In the world's fastest labor. Holy shit. I don't know how long this fireworks display is going off, but man, that baby was ready to go right then.
Well, fireworks always go on slightly longer than you kind of want them to. Let's be real.
Nah, man, I love fireworks.
Oh, you do,
I'm a big
I'm
fireworks,
sorry.
yeah. That's alright, I'm a big fireworks fan. If I could have fireworks going like every night, probably be into that.
Wow, that sounds a lot like a Be Careful What You Wish For.
Just for like 1 hour a night, everyone like sets off some fiurworks. Be pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah, perpetual Guy Fawkes.
All our
Let me
like
know
dog and cat listeners are furious.
Oh, true.
That's-
Yeah, yeah. I do have pets, and they do hate that. That's a good.
Yeah.
Point. All right, I rescind my statement. Once a month.
Okay.
Guy Fawkes every month. I'd be into that.
Okay.
But yeah. So
Talk about a great gig in the sky when those go off.
there you go.
I'm gonna say it again. Way.
Wait. There we go.
The
so
lyric "You Are Young" plays, and a baby's there, and that baby's young.
he's real young. He's
Yeah.
as young as he could be up until like a few seconds before that.
Isn't that true for all of us?
Hey, well, there you go.
Wow.
What is time? What are clocks? Let us know, listeners. Yeah. So the son, he's like set the fireworks off, and he's doing great, and he's coming back to the house, and then he's like, oh shit, I hear one of the monsters. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna run to this corn. This is a terrible plan on this kid's part, but he's like, he's young and he's scared, so I'll let him do it. But
Yeah, that guitar solo just rips while he's running for that corn, though.
yeah, that's gonna help distract from these corn sounds. But man,
honestly, Pink Floyd,
yeah,
they should, get behind some like real good glass that's not soundproof, and they should just play Dark Side of the Moon constantly in this world to keep all the monsters distracted.
that would be very helpful.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think Pink Floyd are doing in
like an
this
ongoing-
movie's world?
I think they're long dead. Ruthless but true, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, day 2 or 3, all taken out at a concert.
Oh God.
The concert went on. Shout out to the boys for keeping the concert going with these like terrifying. They didn't know that the sound was the key, obviously, because that's the final like day 89. That's in the paper. So, and they only figured that out last day of the presses or whatever. So they put on a concert, and then
Roger Waters is like, "Nah, lads, keep rocking. It's gonna help."
Yeah, monsters came out of nowhere and stormed the stage and killed the whole band. It's really rough, but that's how it went down officially. That's my official statement.
That's in the the novelization of this movie.
Yeah,
a whole chapter of a Pink Floyd concert.
Chapter about that. Yeah.
Okay.
John Krasinski cut it out of the film.
Yeah, brutal.
The prelude before the prologue would have been that. Yeah, he thought it belabored the point, but fair enough.
Actually, out of all the films we watched so far, who do you think would have done the best in the world of A Quiet Place?
Cypher. She's got a hacker plane.
Yeah, true. She's just flying above
that never seems to need to land. Yeah. Also, just possibly could hack these aliens into doing her bidding. I reckon she'd probably be the one to do it. So,
yeah. Quiet Place.
If anyone could. She would know immediately as well that, sound, guys, come on.
Yeah.
Step it up. Yeah, there you go. That's my take.
Okay.
What do you reckon?
Ooh.
You can say Cypher as well.
Yeah, it might have been Cypher. All the Sam clones on the moon would probably be okay, because they're on the moon.
Oh, yeah, true. They're on the
Unless
moon.
they got there first.
Oh, man.
Ooh.
They're on the dark side of the moon? That's where they came from?
That's where I'll see them.
It was a prophecy. The album's a prophecy, Garrett.
The album's a prophecy. I don't have any syncs for a while.
There's
a lot of nice vibes, though.
Yeah, I'd agree. With the dad's carries the mum back to with the baby back to the little underground safe zone. Puts the baby in the baby coffin.
Yeah,
as you do.
We get our aforementioned moment of levity to Great Gig in the Sky again, as they remember.
Yep.
They feel their guilt to it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say levity, but it's.
Levity. Oh.
Yeah, it's very sad. She's
the opposite of levity.
The opposite of levity, really. She's this is where she's feeling the guilt, saying that she could have carried him, and swears to protect the kids. You've got to protect them. Who are we if we don't protect them? You know? And it's so it's hero time. Hero time engaged for Dad now.
Yeah.
Brother and sister get reunited. We see that water is now pouring into the basement, and so it's not over for poor Emily Blunt.
Yeah.
She's got some more harrowing things ahead of her.
Luckily, she's one of the best "this is harrowing" actresses in the game.
True, absolutely, she crushes this. But man, it's rough stuff for her. She's it's very much she gets screwed over the movie. But So that scene ends. Him coming up out of the basement. We see the water pouring in. That scene ends with the end of Great Gig in the Sky, which is nice. That's a minor sync there.
Minor sync.
It on theme.
Allow it.
So the kids are trying to set the beacons off to see if anyone can help them.
Yeah.
But no one is setting their beacons off, so everyone's dead around. Presumably, is what that means. Yeah. Or they're just all asleep, Garrett.
Yeah.
They've all gone to bed.
Or they just decided nah, we're not going to help.
Fair enough. Yeah. So they're up there, being oh, the dad will come. No, he won't come. He doesn't love me. Yeah, it's very sad. So now, we get the most another fucked up sequence here where the creature is in the waist high water. There's an inconsistency here, minor inconsistency. The top of the box has been removed on the baby.
Okay.
Zone.
Yeah.
I don't really. It's just gone. And we saw the lid go on previously, so I don't know. That's just a minor.
Yeah, I'm sure she must have taken it off because it's I don't need this and the water. Now she wouldn't be able to tell if the water had got in.
It's they can't hear us, so maybe it's fine. That's possibly why. But the creature's in the waist high water, and she's got to silently save the kid and back off underneath the waterfall.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get the
Oh.
solo here as well. It's scary. This is Money is playing over here as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is solo and Money is playing over the waterfall baby clutching. Yeah, and then the poor kid, he bloody falls in the silo.
Yeah, right into that grain.
Yeah, mate. Oh,
This
I
is
feel like
the scariest thing for me. I'd hate to drown in grain.
yeah, hate to drown in grain.
Yeah.
That's a bad one to drown in for sure. Just
Yeah.
drowning in general, pretty awful.
Yeah, actually, to be honest, yeah, I'm not a fan of drowning.
No, yeah. So the like door sequence is what saves them here. Like the door of the silo falls down with the
Yeah.
kid, and they can like climb up onto it and use the surface tension to
Ooh.
stop them from falling into the grain. Later on, they use this door to protect them from the attack of a monster, and they just sort of get in the grain again.
Yeah, they don't sink.
They don't sink, so that's a bit weird, but
Yeah.
that's all right. Yeah.
This is our first film where, we're all looking for sinks. Is this the first time someone in a film is trying to not sink?
Maybe.
In the
physically not
homonym
sink.
way.
Oh, homonym sink. Look out. Yeah, man. The drowning in the grain is very scary.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah. Good siblings working together, though.
Yeah, you
the
gotta love
sister
that.
jumps down and like tries to help him, and then starts drowning herself, and then
Yeah.
gets saved. Yeah. Yeah, so they're both sitting on top of the little door, and Us and Them is starting up. Get some like quiet time inside the silo, but
Yeah.
then they hear a bloody monster.
Yeah, this is the
coming for them.
first. This is the first movie where Us and Them. Because I was beginning to think it's a bit of a cheap shot to always go like, "Oh, Us and Them will always sink because like there's always antagonism in a movie." Then they always, it's often brought up around the point of an Us and Them in a film. But this
Yeah.
is the first time I haven't really like it doesn't feel strong like an Us and Them
No.
moment has happened during Us and Them.
I would agree. It's like it's not really landed as well. Also,
Yeah.
like the like them defending themselves against the monster to this is not very doesn't match the scene very well. But yeah, I would
No.
agree that this isn't really the best Us and Them
No.
part of the movie. I would say, yeah.
So no
not-
Sprite for us. No thematic sinks brought to you by Sprite.
Bloody hell! I'm so thirsty.
I'm sorry. Stay in your cave until we get a thematic sink.
Oh, all right. I'll keep quiet until Sprite comes knocking on my cave door. That's the weirdest sentence I think I've ever said. Yeah. We get a really cool little like pan out, like a zoom out of the hole on the side of the silo as
Yeah.
the monster's been driven out by the feedback again. It's just a cute wee shot. Yeah. The dad reunites with the kids, but the creatures heard them jump out the silo, so he sends them to hide under the truck from earlier.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a good plan.
I mean, yeah, I suppose all their other great plans they've already done and they haven't quite worked, so he's
so.
probably run out of his great plans.
Yeah, I guess the monsters would be closing into where they last heard them anyway, and we
Yeah.
see that like the monster can like just sort of like once it's close enough, it can pick up on some pretty minute sounds. So yeah. But yeah, poor dad gets like struck by the monster from the rooftop of this little like shed thing, and the little boy screams out. He screams aloud, and the monster comes after them in the truck.
Which proves these monsters are jerks. Like,
Yeah, man.
it's not even staying to like feed on its prey or anything. It's
No,
just immediately
first-
going to another sound.
I don't know if they're eating if they're predators or whatever, because
Yeah.
surely they wouldn't have lasted this long if they were. But I don't know. Yeah, it seems that they're just like killing for sport, kind of.
Yeah.
Or they're just.
I'm going to go out on
designed
a limb and say the monsters in A Quiet Place are dicks.
Yep, I would agree.
Yeah.
Baddies. Put them up
Yeah.
there on the board with Cypher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cypher and Joe Fox from You've Got Mail.
Yep, baddies. There you go. I love the idea
Baddies board.
of that picture graph. Yeah.
Me too. We've
really
like
good.
done some scrapbooking around it.
Yeah, there you go.
Baddies.
Someone, I want to see that as fan art. If we get that, I'll be very excited.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so annoyingly, the girl turns her hearing aid off to stop the feedback, which is what endangers them in the first place to getting attacked by the monster. So she hasn't put it together here.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's not explained why she doesn't do this earlier, when, like, the first 2 times it happens, but she's just like, oh, I'm sick of this bloody feedback.
Yeah.
And
This is
flicks
just
it off.
adding insult to injury at this point.
Yeah. The dad's not dead. He gets back up and, like, sacrifices himself to save the kids' lives, basically.
It's
He's
high
like,
drama, and we've got these, like, high drama, like, choir moments again.
yeah, he tells the daughter he loves her and has always loved her.
Yeah.
Which is
Did you know
beautiful.
I've Always Loved You was, like, a late addition to the script? And when
Oh, really?
when that was pitched to him by one of the other writers, he just, like, burst out crying.
Yeah.
Which,
It's really
fair
good.
enough. Yeah.
That's like probably the best line in the whole movie, I would
Yeah.
say. Like, is the one that hits home really hard, especially for the daughter character, you know?
Yeah, and it's so good that the most powerful line is sign language.
Yeah, I agree. It's really good. I think like the sign language is what means that this family has lasted so long.
Yeah.
Them having a deaf daughter is like means they've been able to communicate with each other full stop. And
Yeah.
without that, it shows how so many other people would just be ruined by these creatures, you know, without the ability to make sounds. So yeah, that's cool. They like sort of like have that natural advantage in a way, in that they can speak to each other without talking. It's a cool little touch. Yeah.
Oh man, I would have been messed up even before Pink Floyd did in this world.
Yeah.
Like, I was a fairly quiet, polite child, but I was just cursed with a really loud voice, so I'd get in trouble a lot.
Hey man, that's great. There you go. Like, this is we were born podcasters. The podcasters were the first to be purged in this apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sensed our microphones and they came and run it. Yeah. So he sacrifices himself. He like yells out and gets attacked, and the boy drives the truck away.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, let's go.
Well, he just, like, turns the handbrake off, right? And it just rolls down.
I guess so. It just like rolls downhill.
Yeah.
I don't really know because he can't. I guess he can't drive. I don't know. But anyway.
Well, it would have been
was-
loud, so that must have been one of the other little things the dad had set up.
Yeah, he was practicing driving.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it could have been set up by the dad. You're right. He was practicing driving earlier, so I figure he could just like do enough to maneuver it back to the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't make any. Yeah, not enough to make any sounds to attract any more monsters anyway. Yeah. So we get Any Color You Like now. We're drawing on the end of the second playthrough, and I'm like, are we going to get the perfect sync here? I'm thinking about it. Yeah, for me, it wasn't super clear, like, why the daughter was kept out of the basement until now. I was like, I feel like it would have been better for them to be able to go down there, but I guess they were just, like, leftover worries of them making too much noise.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Anyway, she goes down, and this is where it hits, where she sees all the work that her dad was putting in, and like she was taking for granted earlier.
Yeah. His
You know,
scrapbooking and his baddie board.
Yeah, that's all. It's all laid out there. All the baddies and he's working it out. He's trying to. His whiteboard is, as you say, so contrived, but I love it. Yeah, it's like her picking up the hearing aids and starting crying is just that's great stuff. Yeah. The mum and the daughter are like both crying together.
Yeah. Oh, families.
Yeah, man. It's all about family. It all comes back to family, doesn't it? Fast age. So yeah, brain damage starting up. The young girl's putting the answer together as there's a creature that hears them and comes down, and she's like putting it together, and then she flicks her hearing aid on, and it like blasts the much like Drew Carey, it blasts the alien's head open.
Yeah.
All his little flaps come open.
Yeah. Great creature design, but
Super cool. Yeah, but yeah, really gross.
Yeah.
And then she like puts her hearing aid to the microphone, and like it blasts him even harder.
Oh yeah.
He falls over.
Some sick feedback.
Yeah. It's like, I got him, and then Emily Blunt pops him in the head with a shotgun,
Yeah.
and that draws more monsters coming in.
Yeah, and at this point in the first watch, I was just like, oh, whoa, how are they going to get out of this?
I guess they're done, right?
Yeah, and then we just get like, probably one of my favorite ways to end a horror movie is just like, well, let's, it's kind of like that punch the air, like let's just go out screaming kind of way.
Let's clean shop.
Yeah.
They have a plan now. Like they finally have a weapon against these aliens that for so long there's like couldn't be defeated, right?
Yeah.
They were like completely invulnerable, and then like blasting them with sound, and then that opens their vulnerability up so that they can be killed.
Yeah, and it's just so cool. Mother-daughter locking eyes, and like Emily Blunt just cocking a shotgun, and then cut to
just
black.
Just a great visual. I love the shot of Emily Blunt cocking that shotgun. Woo!
Yeah, we also get the lunatics are in my home, just real quick.
Yes.
When they're in the home, and then if your head explodes, and then like alien's head explodes.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
She cocks the shotgun dramatically, and then we cut to the first credit, and that's exactly where Eclipse starts to play over the credits.
Oh yeah.
Love that. Yeah, and that's it. That's the film.
The film, the album starts again over the credits, but I can't really sync with anything other than credit speed.
I didn't play the whole credits. I watched the credits the first time on my clean watch, but not on the. I didn't watch the credits through. There's not a post-credit scene, is there?
No.
Okay.
And I'm going to allow it because I know, as a true scientist, you watch the credits and in your mind you knew like what Pink Floyd speed it were going at. So okay.
I'd put it together.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, we're going to get like the start of the album again, but it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. By then, I'm cleaning up off the popcorn off of my tummy, and I'm getting up out of the cinema. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
That's crazy. You didn't even order popcorn; it just got on your tummy.
Yeah, man. There's bloody kids throwing popcorn at me. Oh. Bastards. Yeah, let's clean the popcorn off of this podcast and give it our rating. This film. How well did it sync?
How well did it sync? Well, now that you've swayed me over this anti-sync, that's probably giving it a strong... Oh, that's giving it maybe 2 more points.
Yeah, it's bumped it up significantly,
Yeah.
Like, this is the thing. I feel like the anti-sync shouldn't be detracting for it. It definitely is like it's the polar opposites are there, but I feel like it's intentionally done, and it's done for contrast,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel like it's intentionally done?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to go back. Yeah, the premise is this is all intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was waiting desperately for that yes and that never came.
You've been waiting since episode 1 when I was just like, yeah, that is a good joke. Alright. So how well does rank? Did Pink Floyd intentionally write Dark Side of the Moon to sync up with A Quiet Place that came out 45 years later?
Or did John Krasinski match his movie-making skills and prowess to the hidden soundtrack of Dark Side of the Moon?
That makes me wonder, because, like we said, the first 2 edits were done silently. Like, maybe he did just chuck in a sneaky edit to some Rockin' Floyd.
What was he editing the film to? Was it Dark Side of the Moon?
Hey.
These are the questions that I have.
And the plot thickens, because if you Google John Krasinski, Pink Floyd, there are 2... I think Cora Ask Me's, where it's like, was John Krasinski in Pink Floyd?
Was he? What?
Yeah, right? And the first comment is like, no, he was born after Dark Side of the Moon.
Yep.
But then someone else points out, married to Emily Blunt, and Pink Floyd famously have a song, See Emily Play. So.
Oh, maybe.
Hey.
It's all a plot by John Krasinski.
Yeah.
He's trying to get into the band. With this play, maybe.
He's written them this rockin' movie to, like, maybe they can play it while they play Dark Side of the Moon, maybe not.
Yeah. He just needs the boys in the Floyd to be putting the pieces together.
Yeah.
And we're helping them.
We are.
Yeah, I reckon we're beating around the bush here. I'm going to give it a rating, and I'm going to say that it's a 7. A clean and easy 7 in this sinking scenario.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that as well.
You feel good about that?
Yeah, that's a clean and easy 7.
Nice. Alrighty.
And on the ranking, next to the other 7s, it has to say that this is a clean and easy 7.
It does. I want to qualify every quantity that we put up here now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've got like all the... We've got to have, much like Anthony Fantano does with his music reviews. I'll be like, it's a strong to decent 7. A clean and easy 7.
Yeah. Maybe there'll be cleaner and easier 7s. Who's to say? But this is a clean and easy 7.
There you go, John. Put that on your wall.
Yeah. That goes on the poster or the back of the DVD.
Yeah. Put it up on your baddie board.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. We're the couple of baddies giving you a clean and easy 7. How do you feel about it? Anyway,
what you gonna do?
We're gonna rock on into the sign off, but I'm going to let you know what we're gonna be watching next week. Yeah,
I'm very excited because I had a feeling I knew what movie you were gonna choose last time.
Oh really?
And I was right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this is kind of the first time in like a month where I don't know what you're gonna throw to me.
All right. Oh well.
So I'm very excited.
I'm gonna lay some groundwork, I guess. We're doing the sync ups, right? We're having these movies play, and a lot of the time, these movies are really long, right? We're getting through multiple plays of the album, the loops of the album, right?
Oh, yes.
I feel like we're just getting trapped in this loop, right? We're getting stuck.
Yeah.
Just listening to the same thing over and over again. It reminds me of a certain character in a movie getting stuck in a loop. And that's why we're going to be watching Groundhog Day next week.
Yes. Yes.
A film about
I was like,
a man...
he's going to say Looper.
Nah, man. I said loop a lot of times, but it's not Looper. We're not closing the loop on this podcast yet.
No.
But we're going to open a new loop. And that's the loop of a certain Bill Murray.
A certain one.
See what he's up to.
Oh, yeah.
See how he feels about some Floyd. Can he find love? Who knows?
Oh, I'm excited. This film messed me up as a kid. Like, it took a day for it to wear off.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Wow.
So, much like how Pink Floyd messed me up as a kid, it's already getting thematic.
Oh, hopefully you don't get too carried away, and it's gonna affect you too badly. I don't want you to get strung out by my film choices, Gareth. But we have to wait and see how that goes next week.
What happened to Gareth? Oh, James just chose these films for him, and he could not handle them.
Broke him.
Yeah.
He's a changed man after he recorded a podcast with his good friend. Yeah. So
well,
look forward
listeners,
to...
we hope you too are changed, and yes, look forward to it.
Look forward to Gareth being broken down and rebuilt over next week's podcast. Until then, I've been James Barron.
I've been Gareth Lackler, and we'll see you on the dark side of the moon.
On the dark side of the moon. Whoa. All right. I went a bit crazy at the end there.
Ba-da-dum.